What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? So, if you didn't read the fuck tiger coils. If you didn't read the description, it's a you call it, but it's between two things. I have like a limited amount of wire right now. I have like some of a lot of wire, or I have certain wires I have a lot of. Most of the most common wires I'm out of. What's up, Bones, Brian, Redneck? What's up, everybody? Tyler, Retro. Yeah, Bandit Suga with a macro Clapton 0.3. So it's between two things, and it's the picture in the thumbnail. It's between a braidiator, so a braid with a core in the middle, or a parabolic. So the first one that gets 5 votes is going to get it. So parabolic or braidiator. So I got 1 for parabolic, 2 for parabolic, 3 for parabolic, 4 for parabolic. I was imagining this going a different way. I'm surprised that people ain't saying a braid, considering I've never done a braid on my channel before. Huh. I was really expecting that to go the other way. No, I don't care which way it goes. I just thought that everybody would be braid, 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 braid. I stagger fuse shit like a fucking animal. Yeah, I'll do the parabolic. I mean, shit. Oh, no, no. No, no, no. There's no turning back now. No turning back now. What's up, Retro? There's a chance that I could get. I'm not sure how long a braid actually takes because I'm usually watching TV when it's happening. I actually do have I do have a frame staple prepped, so maybe it won't take long. Let's see what happens. How about we do the braid first? Let's do the braid. Braidiator. All right, let's do a braid, and I'll just do enough for like a 3 wrap or something. I'm gonna do like a fatty. Yeah, I'm not putting a parabolic in the braid. There's no way. Because in order to show this braid, first of all, it's already going to be difficult to show it on camera. Because I got to show you my hands, and then I got to show you the tension. What's up, Sherlock Holmes? And just a lot of people don't do braids. And there's actually somebody on the team that wanted to see a braidiator. So, what's up, Jeff? So we'll do the braidiator first. I already have it like pretty much prepped. So we'll see how it goes. If you really want to see a parabolic, I did one on Sherlock Holmes' channel. It's basically just like a corrugated, really. It's the same thing. So right now, what I'm vaping is... Yeah, I'm vaping all Hometown Hero right now. I'm just in like testing stage of Hometown Hero. I did buy this yesterday, but I haven't put it in anything. I bought this. I've tried it before, but I haven't put it in anything. It's called The One. It's made by Bearded Vape Co. Yeah, lots of people love this shit. It's good. I mean, I tried it. It's really good. So it's a strawberry cereal donut milk. The strawberry cereal donut milk. all in one. They have a lemon one too. So I haven't even opened it. I'm pretty satisfied with the juices I have right now. I'm like loving this Sticky Buns ice cream. This Sticky Buns ice cream from the Laser Wolf line. I talked about it Sunday. I'm not going to go too much into it. I got that on the broadside, still on the pulse. I just have aliens in there. Just basic aliens. 26 gauge. And then I have the Coil Master Marvin. This is the big guy with the big clamps. Dual coil RTA. Lots of airflow. I have hybrids in here actually. And in this is Red Dream, Hometown Hero. This might be, so far, I haven't tried all the juices yet, but in the regular line, this is probably my favorite one so far, probably. But I think this is my favorite one so far in the regular line. I definitely like that Sticky Buns the best. But also a really good one that I'm loving is the Strawberry Margarita, and that's in this guy. Goon, Tesla's 3, 27 gauge 6 wrap alien, so it's like a 0.14 on a series potentiometer. Because the drip is direct. The drip is very saturated. And the drip is just very direct. It's very saturated. The chamber's usually smaller and more in your face. It's just, dripping's just always been my favorite. It's just, I just like it. I don't even mind dripping. It's almost like lighting a cigarette. Like whoever complained about lighting a cigarette, it's kind of the same thing, right? I pretty much drip once every time I vape. I don't like drip, vape, drip, vape. It's, I drip, I vape, I move on. I go back to work. I drip, I vape, I build. Next time I got to vape, I got to drip. I don't ever have to drip twice. So it's literally the same thing as lighting a cigarette. Especially with the RDAs out nowadays, they just hold so much juice. You get like 10, 15 hits out of it. Yeti, what's up? Yeah, tanks are just more convenient, I guess. It kind of depends how you look at it. I still got to carry a bottle around. Like tanks like this holds 5 mil, and I still fill it up 4 times a day. So I never got as much clouds off of a tank, but they're very flavorful. What's up, Sammy? So we're going to do this braidiator first. So this is the first time I've ever done a braid on this channel. I've been braiding a lot this week just to get the feeling back down. So when you braid, basically, I'm going to show you the loops and everything that you usually have to make. But you want to start off, a braidiator is the simplest way. I never tried the alien makers. I actually gave them away in a giveaway. I'm just too, how do I say this without sounding like a douchebag? I'm past alien makers. I am just so advanced. I just wouldn't try them because I have my own thing. I'm so set in my ways that to go and turn around and do something different would be stupid for me. I think they're an awesome idea. So I think if it was a year before, I think they're awesome for beginners. I think it's a great idea. I think a lot of people had problems like fishing the wires through, and it seems if you don't have the stretch right, you're fucked. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can have all the alien makers you want. If you don't have the stretch right, you're gonna have problems. And the stretch is the most important thing to aliens. It's just you just need to have the stretch. So when you do a braid, let me just get onto this braid. A braidiator is the simplest way to get a core inside of a braid. It's basically a vertebraid. You could check out a vertebraid tutorial over on Squid Dude's channel, The Art of Vaping. He has a very good vertebraid tutorial. It's probably the best one that's been put out. A braidiator is a vertebraid with a core inside, and it's probably the simplest way to get a core inside of your braids. So if you've done vertebraids and you did the 3 loop, the 5 loop, and maybe a couple other braids, and now you want to put some cores in, this is where you start. And it's an awesome looking braid. It vapes good. It's kind of a wide braid depending on what wire you use. I'm going to use 34 gauge for the loops just so it's easier to see. And also just so it doesn't take so damn long. 36 gauge braids take a long time. It's a time consuming thing to do with 36. And there's people that do them with 40 and it's got to take forever. So I'm going to use 34. This is going to be a 4 loop braid. So you're going to need 4 loops. And when you start off with a core, you want to do a single coil at a time. I don't even care how good you are at braiding. I would never tell you to do 2 coils at a time. I would say do 1 coil at a time. It's just going to make your life so much easier. I'm not sure if anybody does 2 coils at a time with cores. I'm not sure. I would never do it. I don't care how good I got at it. It seems like the way to go is a single coil at a time. And there's a couple reasons for that. Basically because you don't want your cores long. This core right here is, let me get I just cleaned up everything. I cleaned my whole entire office and now I can't find my ruler. I got my tape measure, but I can't find my ruler. So this core is damn near exactly 4 inches long. So this is a frame staple. It's got the loop. It's got hot glue up here. And then I got a slider on there, but I'm going to hot glue this end too. You're moving to Austin, Texas? Dang. For building? Alright, so this is 4 inches. Alright, and I would suggest keeping it around 4 to 6 inches long. I'm going for like a 3 wrap on this. This is a very wide frame staple. You don't have to do a frame staple. You could do 2 pieces of 22 in this. 2 pieces of 22 gauge to start off. You don't need to do a frame staple. You could literally put anything in the middle of this. The bigger the wire, the more frames you want to put in. So if you wanted to do a 34 gauge, I would definitely put like, you know, 2 or 3 pieces of wire in there, like 2 22s, maybe 3 24s, something like that. So since I'm using 34, I went with a wide frame staple. This is actually a prep from an Enigma. So I believe it's 12 pieces of ribbon and 2 pieces of 27. It's not 28. So I got a 12 ply, 2 frames. It's got the loop in it. It's got hot glue, and I'm just kind of getting it nice and straight, pinching it here, and I'm going to hot glue this. You want this nice and tight and in one piece, especially when you're doing this big of a core, this many cores inside. I mean, this is 14 cores that's going to be inside my braid. I'm kind of hoping I don't fuck it up. I might fuck it up. I'm not sure if I've ever done this many cores inside of a braid, but I think that's the best way to be able to show you. So I'm just going to hot glue. I'm going to hot glue this end. And it's very important with a braid that you have either a vise or a clamp. Very important that you have a vise or a clamp. I mean, it's going to be very hard to do a braid if you don't have a vise or a clamp. I'm going to get out my big vise because the more weight, the better. But I used to just take one of these clamps and clamp the build in there or clamp it to the table. You need it stable. You need this wire stable. You know what? I'm going to use the little vise. The little vise is quite fine. So I got my little table vise here. And I got my frame staple prepped. It's got hot glue on both ends. I'm going to go up to the loop. I'm doing a braidiator right now. Doing a braid with a core inside, braidiator. I'm going to pinch the loop a little. I'm going to close it up a little bit so there's not such a big end on it. And I have hot glue on here. That's just a little thick. So I'm kind of just re-wetting it and making it a little less thick because I'm going to be putting loops over this and I don't need something in my way when I'm doing it. So I'll show you a close-up of this before I get set up with my loops. But basically what I got is just a frame staple prep. I just did one with just a basic frame staple. 6 pieces of ribbon, 2 pieces of 26, and the same thing, 34 gauge. Turned out good. Alright, so now with the loops. So I have a 4-inch piece of frame staple. With the loops, you don't need super huge loops. It's actually going to be easier to work with smaller loops. I've learned this. If you have huge loops, it's going to be very hard to deal with them because they're going to be very I don't know how to explain it. They're going to be like flopping around a lot. So if you have smaller loops, they're easier to handle when you're braiding through the core. So I'm going to take a piece of 34 gauge and I'm going to do, let me make sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do 18 inches. Yeah. 18 inches. Let me set the camera up a little differently. Yeah, interlocks will be pretty much, they should be easier with 38 than 40. .36 is too, yeah, 36 isn't good for interlocks, I can tell you that. So let's just get that idea out of there. Alright, so I'm going to take my 34 gauge, and once again, this is a 4-loop braid. So I'm going to take my 34, grab it with my needle noses. I'm going to give it a little stretch to make it straight. I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut it at 18 inches. And I'm going to do this 4 times. Pull it, stretch it a bit, make it straight, 18 inches. Needle noses, pull, stretch, cut. Needle noses, pull, stretch, cut. There's my 4 loops. All right. Now I'm going to take my ends of my 34. I'm going to put them together close. All right. And I'm going to run my fingers all the way down to the end. I'm going to find the shortest wire here. And I'm going to cut them all clean, the same size. I could throw this crap out so I don't build up a bunch of wire. And then I'm going to grab this end. I'm going to run my fingers down here. You want all these loops to be the same size. It's going to make life a lot easier. I'm going to bring the ends together. All the loops are the same size. Okay. And I'm going to twist these together. I'm pinching with this hand and twisting with this hand. If you got to use needle noses, use them. Once you do this with like 36 and 38, you are going to need needle noses to twist it like this. Alright. Now when you twist them together, you get this little twist action. So I just like to get that out of there. Not extremely important to do. Alright. Now, I'm going to take this here and put it just behind my frames. Or my core, I'm sorry. And you could hot glue this together, you could tie it together, or you could just clamp it down and hopefully your clamp's good. Hopefully your vise is good. I don't really like just winging it. I like doing something. Whether it's tying them together, hot gluing it, reheating that hot glue that's on the end already. I like doing something because I have had my loops come out because I didn't secure them. So I'm going to tie it and I'm going to heat up the hot glue real quick just so it grabs a bit. Alright, so I basically just tied my loops to my frame staple. It doesn't matter how you do it, just tie it to the back. If it's 2 cores, if you use 22 instead of this, you can just wrap it around. Just get them secure to each other. Dude, you know what that is? That's juice. That's a fucking burn from juice. I fucking overdripped this damn fucking pulse. Right? I overdripped it, tilted it, and it was after I just vaped it, and hot juice spilled on me. So I wiped it off. It burnt. And it bubbled up like a motherfucker. I never had that before. I got a water blister there. And a couple hours later at work it popped. Yeah, that's from fucking juice. I actually meant to do something so you guys didn't have to look at that the whole time. I was just thinking of it now and I see my hands in the camera. But yeah, that's from juice. But don't tell anybody, because then that's another reason why people shouldn't be vaping. I burnt myself with cigarettes before. I used to put cigarettes in my mouth backwards and shit. Yeah, you did tell me to be safe today. But there you go. Alright. And I got Band-Aid. That Band-Aid's not going to stay on with braiding. We'll see how long this lasts. We're 26 and a half minutes in. That's not going to last. The funny thing is it burnt, but it didn't feel all like that. It didn't feel like it was going to water blister. Whoa. I think it's because it was cold out too. All right. So now I'm going to take all of it. I should have cooled it with the vape. Yeah, I should have blew on it with the vape. So now I'm just going to insert everything into my vise and clamp down. I'm going to get the loops like this. I think I got to reheat the hot glue at the top because my staple's a little silly right now. So I'm reheating at the top and pulling tension up. And that's going to get the staple to sit a little more flush. Because when you cramp down on it, like when I put the vise and I closed it, it makes the staples act funny. So you got to reheat the glue sometimes. You could also do one of these deals to get them staples closer together. Not absolutely necessary, but you can get some water. And that should keep them closer together for a while. Alright, now I got to figure out how I'm going to set up the camera. I knew this was going to be a little difficult. I don't know. It's a water squonk. You would have to ask Cloud Envy what it is. He got that for me and sent it over because I kept spilling my bottle cap. Yeah, it's a General. This thing's old. Old as hell. Alright, so now I think you're gonna be able to see my loops. Let's get some more light. Is that gonna help? I think that's gonna help. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now we got 4 loops. All right. It's something bank tellers use to count money. So that's what it is. Let me get a drink. Let me get a vape because it's very hard to start and stop with braids. It's like once you get committed, a braidiator you could stop, but lots of braids it's very hard to. All right. So I got 4 loops, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna put 1 loop on this side. It don't matter what side. 1 loop on this side and 3 loops on this side. I'm going to put 1 loop in my index. I'm going to put the other loop in my middle finger, and I'm going to put another loop in my ring finger. So I got 3 loops in my 3 first fingers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Holding the loops with it. This one in the index. So when you do braids, I definitely suggest you learn a vertebrae before you learn this. All right. With this braid and with all braids, you have a traveling finger. All right. Or a gopher finger also. All right. So your gopher finger in this one is going to be your middle finger. All right. Now you don't have to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm just getting started off. Just so I can get my bearings down. You always have to start somewhere with the braid because the loops just ain't in position. Okay, so the gopher finger or the dominant finger in this braid is going to be the middle finger on this hand and the ring finger on this hand. So the hand with the 3 loops is going to be the ring finger. So on this hand, it's going to be the middle finger. So first, you start with the hand with the 1 loop. You never have 4 loops in one hand. All right? You either have 3 or 2 or 1. The hand with 1 loop, I'm going to take my middle finger. I'm going to put it through the loop of the ring finger, the loop of the middle finger, and grab the loop from the index. I'm going to pull it through the other 2 loops, and then I'm going to take that loop and put it over the core. Then I'm going to tighten. Whatever you tighten, do that same tightening every time. Don't do it tight now and not tight later, or not tight now and tight later. Do the same pull every time. Be consistent. It's the most important thing, is to be consistent. It takes a lot of practice. Now, I just took the loop from this finger. All right? I got to move these loops up on this hand. So the loop that's on the middle finger goes to the index. The loop from the ring finger goes to the middle finger. And now I got 2 in each hand. Now I got to take this hand and grab the loop over here. All right. So I'm going to take my ring finger, go through the middle finger loop, and grab the index finger. You're always grabbing the index finger loop. All right. So go with the traveling finger and grab the index finger loop. Grab it, put it around just that loop. Put that loop around the core and tighten. Same tightening as you did the first time. Now, my index finger doesn't have a loop because I just took it, move it up. So now my index finger has a loop, and I'm going to take my traveling middle finger, go through both loops. I put my finger through that loop, put my finger through that loop, and grab the index finger loop. Pull it out of them loops, put it over the core, and tighten the same tightening you just did. Index finger doesn't have a loop, move these up. Index finger takes the middle finger loop, middle finger loop takes the ring finger loop. Now you got 2 loops in each hand. Take your ring finger and go grab another loop from the index finger. Go through this loop, grab the index finger loop, put that loop over the cores, tighten it up the same way you just tightened the other 2. Index finger doesn't have a loop, move it up. Middle finger through the first loop, which is the ring finger, through the second loop, which is the middle finger. Grab the index finger loop, pull it through them 2 loops, go over the core, and tighten. Tighten all the wires the same tighten all the time. Don't pull this one more than you pull this one. Pull them all the same. Don't pull the shit out of them. Just do the same tightening all the time. This index finger doesn't have a loop, move it up. Middle finger loop goes up there. Middle finger grabs the ring finger. Both hands have a loop. I gotta go retrieve the next loop. Go through the middle finger loop, grab the index, put the loop over the core, and pull. Index finger grabs that. Middle finger goes and retrieves the next loop. Go through the first 2 loops. Grab the index finger loop, pull it through, over the core, and tighten. All right. Now, what was I just going to say? Okay, let me do this. Index finger needs that loop. Take it from the middle finger, move it up. This is going to be called a palm-to-palm braid. All right. Some braids get done like this, with your palms down. Where's the drill when you need it, right? But this braid, the palms face each other. All right, the palms always face each other. This one's got to go grab it. Ring finger through the middle finger loop. Grab the index finger loop. Put the loop over the core. Tighten. Switch. Go through both loops, grab the index, over the core, tighten. Well, I just got started, so you don't have to watch 5 more times because I got to do this for like another half an hour or so if you don't get it by the time I'm done this. If you've done a vertebrae before, this isn't difficult. So if you've done a vertebrae, you understand because a vertebrae is the same thing. A 5-loop vertebrae is the same thing, only this has a core. You have to do the same thing with a vertebrae. You switch your fingers, ring finger through the first loop, just like a vertebrae. Grab the index finger, loop over. With a vertebrae, you just don't have to do the core. I'm just going to make sure my ribbon stack's good. And it is. All right. Middle finger through the first 2 loops. See, I put my fingers like this. And it's in order. Your fingers kind of just naturally do it, really. Go through the first 2 loops. Grab the index finger loop and over. Tighten. Index grabs middle. Ring grabs. Middle grabs ring. Ring finger goes and retrieves the next one. Through a loop, grab the index loop, go over the core, tighten, switch. Index finger has the loop, middle finger goes and retrieves the next loop over the core. Now I'm just going to speed up a little bit here and show you how quickly you can start to go. Actually, let me do one more pass, get a vape, speed up, and then I'll go through it all again. All right. Okay, so if you want to let go of this, right? If you want to let go of this right now, you let go of the one with one loop. Don't let go of these, all right? So what you do is you get the loop. You don't want it to twist and you don't grab it the same way. So I just let it loose. I go like this. This is what other braid videos don't show you, all right? This is going to be the first. How you take a break on a braid, all right? And I let the loop just sit. And I remember that when I want to go grab it like that, just like how I let go. I'm just going to grab it like that. You don't want it to twist the other way because it's going to fuck shit up. All right. Now I could take a vape, get a drink. It probably seems harder than what it is. It's really not that hard. 3 loops here. Maybe I could try to switch views at a certain point. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it with one hand. We'll try. So you can see my point of view. We'll try to do that. Switching hands during a braid video is rough. So I'm going to grab my loop just like that. Index grabs it. Middle finger is the traveler, the gopher. Yeah, that would work. I would clamp that. I would clamp the braid with the jeweler's clamp, and then clamp the jeweler's clamp to the table. You need it to be sturdy. Like this vise is pretty heavy. All right. See, I could switch fingers while I'm like tightening or while I'm going to do the gopher thing. See, I already switched fingers. I go like this. Up and over, switch fingers, tighten. And you could so get in the flow of this and really just watch TV as you do it. It's really not it's not that rough once you get the hang of it. Like if you ever watched an old lady knit while she watches wrestling, or Oprah and wrestling, same deal. Yeah. Like a stapled helix. You could do that while watching TV. You just don't want these loops too long because it's very hard to put it over this core when you have long loops. Very important to keep the same tension every time you pull, the same angle. Like you'll never see me do like like a lower angle or a higher angle, just always straight. Or if you always do this, always do that. But I always like to just go straight, pull the same tension, just snug, same angle, same tension every time. Get into a flow of it. Just make sure your frame staple isn't all fucked up in there. You do always have to check it. Especially this is a fatty frame staple, but I feel like it would look better than the smaller one I did. Just really, the first one, take your time, because you can mess it up. You can get a kink in your wire if you're not careful. If you do something differently, or your wires ain't straight, or if you start pulling a different tension, you can get a different design and then have to get back on the ball. And it takes a couple loops to get back on track. It doesn't go right back on track. Once you fuck up this pattern, you fuck it up, and it takes a little bit to fix it. So I'm going to do one more loop. I'm going to let my one loop hand go. Remember how I put it down. I'm just going to check my frame staple. Make sure everything is good. Catch a bait. This is what tanks are good for. What's up, Jeffrey? I'm going to try to switch views in a second. I'm going to go over everything again and then switch views and go over it. But I could tell you again, just like we were just starting off. Okay. So just like we started, all right? I had one loop in this hand, 3 loops in this hand, index, middle, ring, each have a loop. All right. My middle finger on this hand is the traveling finger. It's going to go retrieve the first loop. I'm going to grab the index finger loop. All right. My middle finger is going to grab the index. It doesn't just grab it. It has to go through these 2 loops. Go through that loop. I put my middle finger through both loops. Hook the index finger loop. Let go. Pull it through. Over the core. Tighten. This index finger is going to grab the middle finger loop. The middle finger is going to grab the ring finger loop. And now the ring finger has no loop. That's going to be the traveler. That's going to go get this index finger loop. It's going to go through the middle finger loop, hook the index finger loop, pull it out, over the core, tighten. Index finger grabs the middle finger. Middle finger travels through both loops, grabs the index over the core. Switch fingers tighten, same pressure all the time. Ring finger through the middle finger, grab the index finger over the core, tighten. Loops go up, middle finger goes and travels to get the next one. Up. Ah. Hopefully I didn't fuck that up. You don't want to do that. You don't want to just let go of a loop out of nowhere. I think I'm alright though. That's usually what messes up your braid, doing shit like that. Because if it twists, just the twist in it will fuck up the pattern for a second. Over, tighten. Braid starting to come together, starting to look like something. I'm past like one wrap. I got maybe you know what? I might have like 2 inches done of it. I'm going to switch the view in a second so you could see it how I see it. Hopefully I could do it with one hand. All right, I'm going to let go. Make sure I remember that. Let me unplug this. Let me get this guy. Let me see if I could give y'all a macro shot, if I can get the macro lens on there. Bear with me a second here. You ever put a macro lens on your phone with one hand? This is also called the Kadal skin. So it's called either the braidiator or the Kadal skin. I could probably afford to tighten up my braid a little bit. I may not be pulling it tight enough. It'll be fine, but I could probably tighten it up a bit. Maybe I'll just go a little tighter. Looks like I was doing much more consistent in the beginning. The coiling, it depends. It's not too bad. It's just like a frame staple, really. It's like a spaced frame staple. They could be a pain in the ass, but... Alright, let me see. Okay. Man, I would really like to have something behind this so you guys could see it a little better. Probably should have thought this out. Oh, it's right in my face. That's not a good idea, because now I can't see my hands. I'll zoom it in a second. Alright. So, 3 in this hand. 1 in this hand. Alright. Oh yeah, this is good. This is some space age shit. Middle finger travels. Go through the first loop. Go through the second loop. Grab the index. Pull it through. Go over the cores. Tighten. You could, but I don't think it would make it easier. I mean, I don't know. I would just coil it up like a regular. I mean, it's just like if you were to do a space 34 gauge Clapton, it holds fine. It's fine as long as the staples in there are straight. All right. Ring finger is the traveler. Go through the middle finger loop. Grab the index finger loop. Pull it through. Go over the core. Pull it tight. Oh. Middle finger. Through the ring finger loop. Through the middle finger loop. grab over the core, pull. Switch fingers over, ring. Yeah, Chris, you are late. We've already made that joke. Pull. Switch the fingers. Middle finger is the traveler. Through both loops, grab the index, pull it through over the core, tighten. Switch fingers up. Ring finger through the middle finger, grab the index, pull it through over the core, tighten. Switch. Middle. Through, hook, out, over, pull, switch. Through, hook it, out, over, pull, switch. Through, hook on, pull out, go over, tighten, switch, switch. Speed it up a little bit so we can get this thing done and move on to the next thing. I guess we'll see how hard it is to coil up, huh? The looser it is, the harder it's going to be to coil. I could tell you that. So if your braid's loosey-goosey, it's going to be hard to wrap. You got to be tight like a tiger. I'm not afraid to wrap this, is what I could say. I think I'm going to wrap it just fine. But then again, I've wrapped a lot of staples in my day. I would say if you're afraid to wrap something like this, start off with just round cores. You could put 3 cores in it, 2 cores in it. You could do 1 core with this. You could do 1 22 gauge core. Same thing. You could put anything inside this. You could put an alien inside of it. It is windy as fucking Philly right now. You would think it was Chicago. You would think it was Chi-Town. Windy as fuck. So this is the braidiator or the Kadal skin. This is a braid with a core inside. It's probably the simplest way to put a core inside of a braid. It's an advanced build, but braids are advanced builds. I mean, a three loop vertebrae is pretty fucking simple. But after that, they do get difficult. I mean, I guess even a 5 loop vertebrae is pretty difficult. You could do these 5 loop. I believe I did a 5 loop braidiator for Coil Wars. That's what it says in the specs. My arms are fully extended doing this. It is making them so tired. I have like my arms fully extended out to my table so you guys can see this. Now I need the exercise. I'm trying to get swole. I'm trying to get fucking homeboy OC big. Oh yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, we got like 4 or 5 inches here the other day. No sweat off my sack. Oh no, that's not the juice. When loops get a little smaller, since I'm up the wire a little bit, it does get a little easier, but when they get too small, it gets a little harder. But it does get easier when they're at this size. It gets much easier. The smaller the wire is, the easier it is to work with. You do have to make sure that you don't pull it too tight to where you break the wire, because when you do that, it really sucks. You could try to tie it back together or something, but it usually doesn't turn out good. I'm using nichrome. I suggest nichrome. You could use kanthal. I've had more problems with kanthal and braiding though. Nichrome is very soft though, so it is hard to get consistent with it. It's easier to be consistent with kanthal, but it breaks easier. It's a harder metal. Nichrome's softer, so it's like a little more malleable. I would say I'm almost done this. If I keep moving at this pace. 36 would have made it take so much longer. Would have been harder to see too. Man, it sounds like that wind's just fucking up my yard. Notice how my cord's standing straight up this whole time. That's also important. You don't want to like bend it down. It's a little harder to pass the wires through. There's some braids that it is easier when the core's down, but I like for the braidiator that the core stands up and I have to actually move to it to get it over. When it's down, say if it was down like that, I have to go low, grab my wires, and hardly come up to go around it. Plus it kind of bends your staples if you're doing a frame staple. So this is going to be a pretty wide coil. I'm going to go over it one more time what I'm doing here. Okay. This is how I started out. 3 wires on this side, 1 on this side. I take my middle finger and I'm going to go grab this index finger loop. But I have to go through these two. Through, hook onto the index finger loop, pull it out, go over the core, and pull it tight. Index grabs the middle grabs the ring goes and grabs another. Go through the middle finger loop, grabbing the index finger, pull it over the core, tighten. Middle finger, through, hook on, pull out, over core, tighten. Switch, pull through, up and over, switch, through, hook on, pull out, up and over, tighten. Same tighten all the time. Be consistent with your tightening. You don't want it to be real tight here and loose up there. You want it to be the same tightening. If it's a little loose of a braid, make it a little loose of the braid all the way up. If it's a tight braid, make it tight all the way up. Do not tighten the shit out of it, because you won't tighten the shit out of it the whole time. I can guarantee you that. You won't do the same tightness the whole way. You'll lose strength in your fingers. Your fingers will get cut into, and you'll be weaker at the end. I mean, this is like, it's like 200 passes I'm doing here. I think. Something like that. For this whole single coil. If you want to take a break, wait until the one hand has one loop in. Let it go. Just make sure you grab it like that when you come back. So now I'm starting to get to the size of the wire where it's small and it starts to get a little trickier to use. So I'm just going to go until I think that I'm going to get a decent sized coil out of this with some leads, which I'm pretty much there. I think if I stopped now, I could probably get it, but I want some playroom. No sense in going this far and rushing when you're almost done. Oh, some people came back, I see. It was down to like 19 people in here. I guess it's Tuesday night. I can't expect everybody to be here. Start giving me 50 viewers, and I start feeling offended when there's not even 20 in here. I'm starting to think, oh, I better not do a braid anymore. Shit. I guess my viewers are too advanced for the braid, for the braidiator, for the Kadal skin. You're too good for it. No, there's no drill. I'll be back when he picks up the drill. Couldn't you just use the hand drill? Couldn't you just use the Fiskars? Yep, this is where it gets tricky with the loops. Especially since my core is bigger than the loops now. So I think, let me see. I may be at my end here. It's starting to get real tricky. Especially if you got like fat fingers, fat Polish fingers like me. Fat Polish construction hands. I got the QVC on it, yeah. It's funny. Alright. Maybe I'll get a 4 wrap out of this bad boy. Just doing a couple more passes and I'll be done. I don't think I'm going to be able to do any more passes very shortly. Yeah, I know you left. You said, fuck this guy. This is boring. Him and his damn braid. I'm almost done. Jeez. Should have just staggered again. Alright. I'm done with this. I can let go of the loops. Take it out of the vise. Alrighty. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. But yeah, I cleaned my fucking office today. It's looking pretty good. Look at all these wires I have either half made or made and never used. Look at all that crap. And these are ones that I've used and are like just chilling. These are like, this is all good stuff here. Like, let me just zoom down on some of this shit real quick. Bunch of decors. Bunch of crap. I got a bunch of crap. Alright, so I guess let me show you this close up and then I'm going to get it ready to wrap up and stuff. There's a couple things I like to do with these braids. So this is how it starts off. It doesn't start off too pretty. That's the twist. And then kaboom. I think I did it tighter at the top. That's where I end it. And then, yeah, I think I started getting a little tighter. It's hard to say. Once again, the braidiator or the Kadal skin. You flip it over. Should look the same. Yeah. Looks the same on the other side. Okay. So what I did to the last one is I kind of took the rest of the loops. You see, I still got some staple up there. I took the rest of the loops and I kind of clapped it around there. So I had like a little more for the lead, I guess you would say. And also something that held it tight at the end, something I could grab onto when I'm wrapping. So I'm going to take the loops. I'm going to cut that one, cut that one, cut that one, basically cut them so they're not loops anymore. And I'm going to take the one that has one on one side, and I'm just going to cut that flush. And then I'm going to take these guys, the three on one side, and I'm just going to hand wrap them around the staple. I'm basically just clapping in around the staple with my hands. It's 6 wires, 634 gauge. So it's only going to be a couple wraps. And it's going to cover this. And that's just going to give me a little extra wire to mess with while I'm wrapping this coil. And shit, if it was a lead, that would be fine too. I don't care if I get a 3 or a 4 wrap out of this. So I'm just clapped it in around. Nothing pretty. Not necessary. If you did your braid a little bigger than mine, or if you're looking for less wraps, you don't even have to do this. This is just something I do. Did you ask the 0.3 why it's fronting, dog? Crimp it down. Just the part I clapped in. Alright. So now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in the vise and wrap it when it's in the vise. And just be very careful with wrapping this. So I'm putting it back in the vise, basically just like how it was in there, only on the edge instead of in the middle. Tighten it down, make sure it's nice and tight. Alright, this is a 3.5. Let me see how long this turned out to be. Not very long at all. It's almost 3 inches. So maybe I would have did, instead of 18 inches, I would have did like 22 inches or 2 feet. Would have got you a longer way with this braid. But this is a wide braid. If it wasn't so wide, you would have got more out of it because it would have been less wire going up. So I'm going to get a 3mm bit. I'm going to put my thumb here. I'm going to put support right after my thumb. Actually, no. I'm going to pull as I wrap it. Just giving it pressure, because it does feel a little funny, really. To be honest, it would be a tight one to wrap, but bring it around. I'm going to pull it back. I'm wrapping it just like I would wrap any staple that would be hard to wrap. I'm like pulling the needle nose away. I'm pulling tension away from the bit. I can bring it back and pull, bring it up. Alright, it's a nice little fore wrap. It looks like I definitely did this braid looser than I usually do, so they kind of spread out. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. It's just going to make it look a little different than my ones usually look. Undo the vise. Just going to wrap it a little more. And I'm going to put both leads into the vise securely. I would do this with any staple that was just a little loose. And I'm going to pull up. Both leads are in the vise. You can kind of see it. I'm just going to pull up. Why the long face, James? Somebody say something? All right. Booyah. All right. let me show you what it looks. This may be my favorite one I've ever done. I think the other side looks better. Hold on, let me flip her. Hard to say. Yeah, Braid's vape awesome. Yeah, I think I like the other side better. It's gonna look better mounted. Let's thank you. Yeah, it's gonna color good most likely. Let me see if it'll fit. I did get out a an RDA. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit in there though. It might. I think it fits. I got the other deck of the double vision. I think I used the double vision the other day. Comes with 2 decks. Yeah, fits in there perfectly actually. Fits in there real good. Almost looks like it belongs in here. I usually like paralleling these with something, but this one's so wide that there's no sense. These are great single coil vapes too. Like you wouldn't even need to dual this. It would vape great. It's going to be a hot, dense vape. 34 gauge. What? Say what? If you don't think so, I know you're tripping. Why are you guys fronting on me? It's all real. I don't know. I don't know what kind of ribbon's in there. This was from a prep I did a while ago for an Enigma. This was an Enigma prep that I like cut off after I was done, and it was just sitting here. I'm pretty sure there's a t-shirt in the mail for me, so we'll see how good it is. Oh, look who decided to join me. What's up, Ed? What did you text me? Watch, alright, I'm not even gonna press it yet. This is what he texted me. What time you going on tonight? Nah, he just texted me a muscle. He texted me one of these deals. All right. Let's check her out. Let's see what it looked like. In the double vision. You know what? Pharaoh sucks. It does suck. Oh, wow. Corey Coils would be pleased. He would be very happy with this one. That's a braid, guys. That's a nice little braid right there. I am very happy with that braid. Yeah, Corey is a beast at braids. So is Teddy Damp. It definitely was hard to wrap, I will tell you that. It was a tough wrap. But it came out really nice. Just look at it. Teddy Damp has a YouTube video with mad videos on it. And even though he speaks in German, like, you could still see what he's doing. Like, I've learned stuff from his videos. It needs a cleaning. Alrighty then. So, how about we do this? Okay, I'll tell you the ohms real quick. So this is a 12 ply with frames. I don't know exactly all the guts. I'm going to give you the ohms, and we're going to end this video and make another video. .05? That's low. Maybe. I don't know, though. It's a single coil. Maybe. .10. DNA's fire the lowest. Yep, DNA's could fire .03. This could fire .03. I don't recommend it. It's gonna be shitty. You're gonna have to turn it up all the way and it's still not gonna be. Yeah, all DNAs. I think all DNAs do. Yeah, I've had this down to a .0. I think a .03 it was firing. I believe that's exactly. And somebody told me, I believe it was, I want to say it was Scrumming Coil said that he had a .02 on his. All right. So it's a .1 coil braidiator. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching the replay, try vertebraids first. Vertebraids will get you the feeling down. It's the same type of braid. I'm going to make a video real soon of the vertebraid. But I wanted to do this because lots of people have been asking me for a braid. And in particular, somebody on my team asked me for a braid with cores in it. And there's not many out there that show you a couple of things that I did tonight, like putting the braid down. No video goes through the whole braid. There ain't a video out there that goes through the whole braid. So, another first. Motherfucker. So, we're going to end this video, all right? I'm going to end it, and I'm going to restart another video. What time is it? It's 10:30. We'll restart another video. We're going to do a parabolic. I already have the frames made. Time to rock and coil. It's rock and coil. All right. Peace out, brethren. I'll be right back.